Peace, love, and so many blessings to you all. Welcome back to Redefining Authenticity. I'm your co-host, Sheronda L. Barksdale from Authentically Your Expressions.
And I am your co-host, Kim Martin Raymond, your toolbox essentialist and founder of Redefining You LLC. Good to see you
Yes,
guys.
good to see y'all. We're so excited
Yeah.
about another episode. Kim, I don't know who's more hyped. Us or them, in a minute it's gonna be them, right? We're gonna be out here enough, but we
That's
are
right.
so excited about every single episode, of course, but we definitely are in love with this one. Before we
Yes.
get started, though, me and Kim want to introduce y'all, start, putting some little feelers out there for y'all about what we have coming up in the new year. So, Kim, you go first.
Yes, we are going to be doing a 365 challenge. And I mentioned it in our last episode where we're just going to be talking about, making sure that we're consistent in the things that we are doing to feed our mind, body, and spirit. And for me, it's about those toolboxes. Are we tapping into each one of those each and every day? And just like, when New Year comes up, people are talking about resolutions and things like that. I'm not for that because that kind of limits where we're going. And we want it to be a lifestyle. Everything is about creating wellness. And that wellness happens 365 days out of the year. And so just like we talk about what are we going to do to feed our bodies each day, what are we doing to spiritually feed ourselves? What are we doing to mentally feed ourselves on a daily basis? So that way it's not just a something that we're doing temporary and becomes a habit. It takes 66 days to create a habit. But we want to create things that we're doing for a lifetime. And so that's what the challenge is going to be. How are we going to challenge ourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually every single day? And that's what we're going to be doing. So I'm looking forward to the challenge, and we'll tell you a little bit more about it as we get closer to the new year.
Yes, so the 365 that's going to be coming out of AYE, Authentically Your Expressions, is going to be 365 days of shadow work.
Yes.
Whoa. I am a shadow work specialist, and one of the things I love doing is helping people get down to the core of their issues. There's a lot of things that we go through in life, struggles with jobs, struggles with relationships, struggles with money, okay, and how to manage it correctly and our thoughts behind these things. And so one of the things I like to use is shadow work, and it takes us deeper into the recesses of our mind to think about what is it? What is it I'm thinking? What definition did I give to this thing? What traumas did I experience that made me believe something that could possibly not be true? So we will be doing 365 days of shadow work. So we both have some challenges out there. They're going to
Yeah.
be little bitty steps. And that's why we're doing it in a daily thing so that it's not overwhelming. You're
Right.
not trying to, it's not no rush. It's just something to consider, something to think about, something you could put into your repertoire or not. We
Right.
really just want to put the information out there and give you all just an opportunity to heal yourselves. So
That's
we're
it.
excited.
That's it. I'm excited. Good. I want to do one quick shout out. I know y'all got to see that beautiful intro. I just want to give shout outs to Claudette Bay, who
Thank you,
created
Claudette.
our animation for the show. And then also shout outs to Mike De Niro Music for
Yes,
the
Mike.
wonderful song La La La. Okay. I love it. It
Love
be
that
hitting.
song.
Hitting. So I
Yeah,
just wanted to give shout outs to Mike De Niro Music and Claudette Bay for their contribution to
yes.
our show, and animation and all that stuff. They're making things great. So, we're doing big things around here.
Yeah, around here. So let's get into the topic of today. So the thing we're going to be talking about is finding yourself within yourself. And I
Mm,
know sometimes for people, they're like, but if I can't find myself, I'm going to find it within myself. It's like, and I understand why that's such a conundrum. But who you truly are lies within yourself. There's nothing out here that can define you. That's something you get to say on a daily basis. That's what you get to wake up and be like, this is who I am. This is how I'm going to show up. And I love it. Crazy, wild, nice, friendly, cussing everybody out. I love it. This is who I am. And
right.
so often we've been shaped and molded by society's thoughts about who we're supposed to be. We're molded by our parents. We're molded by schools. We're molded by religion. And I'm not saying any of things are necessarily bad, but it becomes a little toxic when you forget who you are. I'm going to use myself as an example because who better? I remember this day so clear before my husband transitioned. And it was, we were going somewhere. And so I got the boys together. I have two sons and my husband, he is transitioned now. But we were all going out that day and everybody got dressed. We were standing at the door about to walk into the garage to get in the car. And they looked so good. And I looked so raggedy. I looked so raggedy. And I'm looking at them. Their shoes were clean and nice. Their clothes, they were just laid. And I think I had on some yoga pants and an oversized shirt. In that moment, I realized how much I took care of them more than I took care of myself. I got mad. I was pissed. I started getting mad. But then I had to realize, whose fault is it? Whose fault was it that I forgot about me? I got mad and I probably fussed at my husband a little bit like, see how much I think about you and you don't even think about me. You're not thinking about what I need, but I make sure y'all go out and buy y'all. But whose fault was that? Truly, that was on me. And so that was the beginning of me finding myself within myself. Because clearly I'd already found something, some yoga pants and a big ass shirt. That's what I found. That's what I found in that moment. Right. But that's told me how I felt about myself. So therefore, that's how I'm going to show up in the world. You going to say something, Kim?
No, I was going to say I absolutely 100% agree with that. You know, it gets to a point where you're just like, wait a minute, what am I doing, or what's happened where I've lost myself? And sometimes it appears in the most minimalistic ways.
Yes.
And then sometimes, you know, it's a huge thing that happens that becomes a pivotal turning point. Ooh. You know? And so when you talk about that, it is huge. It's huge. And it's just a matter of it's that level of self-awareness. Where do you get to that point of awareness of self that you begin to say, oh, wait a minute, there's something that I'm not doing well. And sometimes we're so busy being performing the roles that we perform that we forget who we are. And when do we get to that point where we just all of a sudden realize, wait a minute, what just happened? Yep. And usually it's not until something life-changing happens, but sometimes it's not. But the biggest thing is, how do we respond once we get to that point of realization?
She's in my notes. I ain't showing my notes, but she's in my notes. But that was it, Kim. My thought in that moment, in the days after, was all the roles that I played. You're a mother, you're a wife, you're a life coach, you're a sister, you're a daughter. And how do you want to show up in these roles? Not sit back and hope that one day somebody will rescue you and make you feel beautiful and do things for you. How do you want to look when you leave the house? How do you want to feel when you wake up in the morning? How do you want to feel when you're hanging out with your mom, with your sister, when you're working in a professional setting versus when you're hanging out with your friends? How are you choosing that? Because if you don't pay attention, people will define it for you.
That's right.
People will make the definition for you. So I just wanted to share during my portion of this segment some of the ways that I have helped my clients. So under my many hats, but I show up how I want to. Let me just get that clear now. Okay. Under my many hats, I am the vision specialist. So I help people create a vision for your life. That's part of finding yourself within yourself. And one of the most fantastic ways is making a vision board. And so many people got played out too fast. And it's because people weren't using it correctly.
Right.
Real quick, I put a baby on mine after I had my first one. That second one came. That second baby came from that vision board, I'm trying to tell you. But truly, you get to decide, what do I want my life to look like? What do I want to see? What kind of house do I want to pull up to every day? What kind of car do I want to be in? What kind of education do I want to have? What everything and anything that you want to see show up in your life, you get to place that on the vision board. The
Right.
vision board was never just for y'all to make it and put it on the wall and walk away from it. How do you create a vision when you're not even looking at your vision? How do you see without seeing?
Right.
So part of making a vision board was what you're supposed to do. Number one, see it every day. Yes, put it somewhere where you can see it, but stop. Look at the first picture. Look at the second. Let it have feelings, the excitement that comes, the joy that comes, the gooey feelings that come when you have that couple, that beautiful couple that's walking down the beach and they're holding hands on your vision board, and allow yourself to be in those moments. That's what drives you to go further and take smaller steps towards reaching the vision for your life.
Right.
That's how you begin to find yourself within yourself. And also, the work that I do is shadow work. Shadow work reveals, it takes all the draws and everything off. Everything coming off, you're going to be butt naked. Because now you get to find out who you really are. And it makes it easier. Because if I could tell my truth, I'm a procrastinator. This just, many people can put their hands up about it. I can procrastinate sometimes. However, if I can honor that, you so silly. She's just this type big over there. I don't know what she procrastinate doing. I really don't.
Anyway.
But if you can own it, okay, I know that I can procrastinate sometimes. That gives you an opportunity to figure out, what do I need to do in order to combat that? If I know that's true about me, then I can use X, Y, and Z tools. If y'all saw how many reminders I have on a calendar in my phone to tell me when something else is coming up. So that I've set it for 15 minutes before, an hour before, a day before. I have it reminders so it can constantly remind me this needs to get done. Not do they always get done, but way better than I ever would have done if I didn't use the tools in front of me. So those are just a couple of tools that I use as a life coach with my clients in order to get them to find yourself within yourself. Because guess what? You need you.
Right.
More than anybody needs you, you need you.
That's right.
Come on in, Kim.
That's it. I mean, I love that you talk about that, because yes, finding yourself within yourself for me means finding yourself, finding your people, and finding your purpose. It's those three things. And just like Sheronda said, it all starts from within. You talk about, time and things like that. What does that mean to you? Because, so much of who we are is defined by other people.
Man.
That's why my company is called Redefining You. Because in the roles that she was talking about that we play as mother, as we play as worker bee, as wife, as daughter, cousin, auntie, whatever roles it is that we play, we tend to become absorbed in that. And then when those roles change, sometimes we don't know how to respond. We don't know how to be, because we took that on, we put it on, and then when it was time to transition into something different, we don't know how to act, because we've forgotten our core. We've forgotten what was foundational for us. So when I talk about finding yourself, it's about going back and saying, what are your core beliefs? What are those things that you stand on that you've kind of gotten away from because a role has come on and you've had to kind of make some changes? Sometimes we conform to those things that are going on around us so that we can be accepted, because we're always seeking that acceptance from others. And in lieu of that, we forget to accept ourselves and our core beliefs. So that's
the church say amen.
all right. When we talk about finding ourselves, it's getting back to
Real
the
quick,
core.
Kim. Real quick. Dana's in the house. Hey, Dana.
Hi, Dana.
Here in the comments. Hey,
All
Dana.
right, friend. Hey,
Yes.
girl.
Sorry, I gave a quick
Yes.
shout out.
No, that's all right, honey. Look, it's all about acknowledgement. And that's the thing. We want to get to a point where, we're so consumed with others valuing us that we we'll be remiss if we don't value ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So when we talk about finding yourself within yourself, it's going back again to our core. What is it that we believe about ourselves? What is it that we love about ourselves? What is it that brings us joy? And I think about when we're children, when we're born into this world, we're born into this world wanting things. We cry because we want to eat, and then someone feeds us, and we're okay, and we're back to being happy.
There you
We're
go.
walking around, we just as naked as a jaybird. We just as naked, and it's not until people tell us that we have to put on clothes that we're all of a sudden like, well, why do we have to put on clothes? Because I was fine without the clothes. You know, it's talking about going way back. It goes all the way back to the garden. And we're gonna get spiritual here for a second. It goes all the way back to the garden. It
Yeah.
wasn't until we obtained knowledge that people gave to us that we began to feel some kind of way. Adam and Eve were walking around that garden just as
Yeah.
naked, didn't know anything until they took from that fruit. And then all of a sudden, it was like, wait a minute, I'm naked. Oh my goodness, wait a minute. And now I feel some kind of way. Why is that? We didn't know anything was wrong until somebody told us it was wrong. But what gave them the authority to tell us it was wrong? So we have to get back to, again, our core, what our belief system is about ourselves and the
Period.
things that we stand on. So, that's just the beginning. And then, like I said, then we move on to the people around us and the influence that they have. And then we start talking about our
Hello.
purpose, because we need that
Yes.
support. So, there's a lot
Yes.
that goes into finding ourselves within ourselves. And that's how I do when it comes to my to my clients. We start with the core. What are your core beliefs? What are those things that are deal breakers for you? What are those things that bring you joy or have brought you joy in the past? And then we go from there.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna let you get to that part and lay that down for them real quick. Quick
Absolutely.
information break. When you come into the room, go ahead and click like, subscribe, whatever you see up there on your little thing for YouTube, and turn on
Right.
the notification button because you'll know when we go live every single time. So I just want to throw out there, make sure the people who come back and watch, those who are listening right now, click that subscribe.
Right.
Click
That
that
button right
subscribe
there. That
button, that one right there, and then turn on your notifications so you can join us. But just Kim, just to piggyback off something you said, I had to write it down real quick. When you talked
absolutely.
about roles changing, the changing of roles, because that was one of the biggest things that affected me when Cal passed. Because you've been through significant trauma from your
Yes.
daughter, from Miss
Yes.
Kitty,
Yes.
the child. You still had another child, but the role still changed.
That's right. That's right.
I know it did for you.
Absolutely. It absolutely did. And then, and it changed. And I had to think it not only changed for me, but it changed for her sibling.
Yep.
You know,
Yes.
there are some people when they lose a child, they want to jump down in the ground with their
With
child,
them.
but you have to live for the other people who the dynamic changed for them as well.
Yes.
Yes, it changed for me, but I was still a mother.
Yes.
Just because I lost my child didn't mean that I was no longer a mother. I was still a
Right.
mother to my other child. My parents lost a granddaughter.
See.
My daughter lost a sibling, her
Yeah.
only sibling.
See.
So you know what I'm saying? So the roles change for you, but at the same time, like I said, I'm still a mom. And
Still,
I have
I'm
to
still.
remember that. I'm still a mom. And I tried to be a mom to my oldest daughter.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
role didn't change,
That didn't change.
you
That
know?
didn't change.
And even though
Miss
my child is not
Carisha,
here, I'm
how you
still a mom.
doing? I just
Yeah.
want to say hi
Hey,
to Carisha
Felicia,
real quick. But
welcome
yeah,
in.
for me, for sure, when Cal passed away, my role changed. The, the first time I go fill out paperwork, I no longer could put spouse or wife. I had to put widow. All my paperwork, I'm single and I'm a widow. And that role changed. But like you said, when you could find yourself within yourself, oh man,
Right.
then the pain still exists now. Don't get me wrong. You still hurt, but you don't lose who you are. If I didn't, that experience I shared with y'all at the beginning about the time they were dressed all nice and I'm looking crazy. If I didn't have that opportunity to find out who I was, I would
Right.
have been lost as a woman after he passed. I would have been completely, just gone. Just who
Right.
am I? And I can understand why people get lost in that. I'm a part of many widows groups, support groups, and they're like, I don't know who I am anymore. So when you said that role change, oh, that hit home big time. But please, I love your coaching program. Share with us some of the techniques you're using to help us find ourselves, redefine
Right.
ourselves.
Right. Well, for me, when I was interesting is that the logo for Redefining You is a compass. And it just talks about how, we think that in order to know where you're going,
Mhm.
you have to know where you are. We don't just get in the car and drive to a destination and don't know where that destination is. We have some idea
Mhm.
of where it is that we're seeking to go, because that's going to make the drive a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, it doesn't mean that there aren't going to be roadblocks along the way, because sometimes we may even know or have in mind something that we want to do, and we have an idea of how to get there, but we may not see that the road may have changed.
Yeah.
Something may have changed, or we may have gone down a similar road before, and then all of a sudden we get down there and be like, "Ooh, that was a dead end. I didn't remember that." And then what is that? What is that? That little compass do? It starts recalculating. If we think about a GPS system, it starts recalibrating, and it says, "Okay, oh no, we can't go that way." Or sometimes with all of the new buildings and things that are going on, all of a sudden it's like, oh, wait a minute, there's another way that you can go that's a little faster, or that's a little better, or that's going to take you away from all of these other roadblocks that are in the way. So the first thing that I try to get my clients to do is, all right, let's talk about, again, where is it that we're seeking to go? What do we have in mind? What is something that we're seeking to do? And for me, I think that that's going to bring you joy.
Mhm.
And that's what's important. What's going to bring you joy or happiness?
Yeah.
Because those are going to be the things that you're going to continue to strive for if it's something that you enjoy. I see Kwashiba has just joined. Hey, Hugh, how you doing, love? Good to see you in there. Blessings, blessings, and congratulations to you on all the fabulous things that you are doing. We watching you,
Yes.
girl. We watching
Yeah.
you. I got my eye on you, friend. I got my eye on you. So yes. So like I said, just getting to that point of where is it that I'm seeking to go? What is something that's going to bring me joy? Because we forget. Sometimes we forget. That's why I say redefining is going back to what was that thing that you were doing? What were those goals and dreams that you had before you took on all of these roles? And is it something that's still that's still possible? Is it
Yeah.
something that you still want to continue to do? You know,
Yeah.
people always wind up reverting back to certain things because they've forgotten, or it wasn't until
Yeah.
something traumatic happened, or they're like, oh well, this is what I thought I wanted to do, but now I want to get back to doing that. I think about when I was a kid. I wanted to be a ballerina, I wanted to be a banker, and I wanted to be a teacher.
Come on.
I wanted to be those things. And then, of course, weight came on. I was just like, I can't be a ballerina. But hey, I may be able to dance. I still could dance. I enjoy dancing. Man, I was a banker for a little while. I worked for Chase for a little while. But then I was like, okay, well, no, that's not something that I want to do. But this is where we start going through the weeds and
Yeah.
start saying, okay, where is it that I want to be? Where is it that I want to go? And is that something that's still attainable? Is that
Mhm.
something that's still going to bring me joy? So everything goes back to starting there.
Mhm.
Then we can start talking about, now, what are the tools that I need to get there? Okay. And that's where we start talking about your people. Is it something that you can do independently, or is that somewhere where you need help, where you need somebody to come in and partner with you along with that? Because like I say, no man is an island. You hear that? There's no I in team, all these things. You hear all of these things. There are going to be some things that we're going to need others to assist us in. And that's where we come in. As a coach, that's where I come in. I'm walking with you. I'm creating that safe space for you to hear yourself and to hear those things that are meaningful to you. What are you hearing about yourself? What are those things that you're wanting to tap into? And then how do you go about getting there? So those are just a few things. I don't want to go too deep into the weeds.
Yeah.
But that's what we want to do. Like I said, it starts with finding yourself, your people, and then your purpose. And
I
that's
love
what I help you do. Get you there in the best possible way that we can get there.
I absolutely love it, and that's why me and you, we collaborate well because we kind of go in the same direction. Hey, V, Veronica's in the house.
Yeah.
It's that's why we connect well, I think, because we really do at the core of what we do, how we move, what we think about life, we kind of match there. You know, we kind of match in that space of helping people get down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
I was over here giggling to myself because I'd be arguing with my GPS. Me, my GPS be beefing. You hear me? We be beefing.
It'll tell me turn right every time, and I'm turning left every single time. I'm left-handed.
Girl,
So I
I'm
just
not
think
going that way. I'm
it's
not
supposed to be
going
left.
I was like, see, Sheronda, that's why it takes you a little longer to get places. That's exactly why.
Okay.
But I wanted to challenge the room real quick for those who are in the room. Excuse the cough. But one of the questions I want to ask is, who do you say you are? Who do you say you are? We're talking about finding yourself within yourself, not what your teachers said or your parents said or your children say or okay, that's nice. Oh, I'm so nice. I'm so fun. I'm so geeky. Okay. I appreciate that. But who do you say you are when you wake up in the morning on a daily basis? Because that's going to look different for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
For myself, I say I am an empress. I am a builder. I'm someone who's able to create. I'm someone who's happy. I'm someone who's always in pursuit of joy. And that gets to, when I can say those things, they get to show up in jobs as a mom, as a wife, as a girlfriend, as whatever. If I can start my day with defining who I say I am,
yes,
now it has the opportunity to penetrate into every space I go into.
right.
But if I have to wait to get into a space to figure out who I am, oh Lord, no wonder there's so many people lost out here. No wonder there's so many people lost out here because you got to change who you are every door you walk into.
Right.
And I wish the fuck I would.
But good
I
stuff.
try not to cuss when I go on certain doors, but y'all came in my door this time. Listen, I'm gonna be her. I'm showing up. I need to know who I am because I've done it. No, there's few of us who can't say we didn't. What's the word I'm looking for? Can morph into something else.
Right.
When we got into certain spaces so we could fit in a little bit better. Listen, if you don't like the taste of this shit, you don't want it. You don't want it. And I'm okay if you don't want it. I'm okay if you don't want this shit. That's real Gullah Geechee. This shit, you don't want it? I'm okay with it. Go ahead, Cam.
I was gonna say I love it. Yeah. Right. No, I love it, but I love what you're saying because it's not, you know, when we introduce ourselves, we start rattling off all of those things, all of those titles that we are. Oh, you know, oh, so who are you? Oh, I'm a mom of two. I'm blah, blah, blah. I'm a husband. And again, it goes back to when those roles change. So now that you're a widow and you've been talking about, well, I'm a wife and I'm a wife and I'm a wife and I'm a wife. And now all of a sudden you're not. So now all of a sudden you're nothing.
I'm nothing.
You know, just like you said, you're an empress. That's something that encompasses all of those different roles that you play. So instead of us talking about the roles that we are, let's talk about our attributes.
Come on.
I'm a child of God.
Come on.
When I wake up in the morning, I am God's child. I know that in any role that I am in, that's who I am. To my core, I am a child of God. I am a person of integrity. That's going to trickle down into everything that I do, into every aspect of my life. Okay? I am a person who seeks joy. That's going to be in every aspect of my life. Just like you said, it's not the role, it's the attributes that make who I am. Okay? I'm a person who shows empathy. That's in every aspect of my life. And so that's what we have to get into. What are the attributes that you want people to, I have a wonderful sense of humor. Girl, I shoot from the hip. I'm going to give it to you straight, no chaser. Okay. And that's going to be in every aspect of my life.
Period.
And so those are the things that we have to start looking into. What is it that makes us who we are? Not the roles, because those change, just like your roles at work change. Just like I told you, I was a banker at one point. I'm not a banker anymore. That's not who defines who I am.
Yes.
I like to dance. I can dance in any aspect of my life. That's
Because
cool. But I
she
ain't no
feels right
ballerina.
now. That's a dancer
But I
right
ain't
there.
no ballerina. Okay,
She
we
wants
know
to
that.
dance.
So that's the thing. It's really starting to focus in. Just like when we fill our resumes and things like that, we're focusing
Mhm.
on skill sets. What are the skill sets that we can bring to any aspect of any work that we do?
Mhm.
Those are the things that we need to look into, not the role itself, but the attributes. We are women of integrity. We are women of faith. Those are things that are going to cover every aspect of the things that we do. And so
Absolutely.
that's what we need to get into. I love that. And so that when you say that, who are you? Think about what are the attributes? What are the things that make you who you are, not the role.
Yes. Come on.
Girl.
We're gonna
Yes.
pass around the church the collection plate. We about to
She's like, I got five on it. Just saying. Just saying.
So another question I want to challenge the room with. Another one. Things that are popping up, in my head as we talk.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
are your core beliefs about life? That helps you find yourself within yourself, believe it or not.
Absolutely.
What your core belief, if you believe that the world is negative, is coming out of a negative space in here. So then you have to go in there. If everything you see, touch, feel, encounter
Yes.
is, you just think it's going to be bad. I just think it's going to be bad. Oh my gosh. If I do this, it's probably not going to work. Or if I do that, that's not going. I don't have time. I don't have enough money. I don't. I don't. I don't. I don't. I don't. I don't. It's not true. First of all, let me go ahead and put it out there. None of that's actually true. Because again, who do you say you are?
Right.
Who do you say you are? Okay, so you can create whatever you need. That's coming. But how you perceive your daily existence, if you stepping out the bed with with reluctance, like I don't even really want to
Right.
be awake or alive. That's something that you have to look within yourself to say, what started this? Where is this coming from? This is affecting how I'm showing up in the world every day. And again, now I'm dumping it on everybody I go around to. So either I'm gonna be the giddy happy person. Have you been around somebody who's just nasty every single day, Kim? Just every single day
Yes.
they got a bad attitude.
Yes. And they have to take everybody with them.
And have to
They
take
come
it with
in
them.
and the whole atmosphere of the room changes because we all know that we're energetic beings. And so when you step into a place, you are either bringing light with you and energy with you, and that type of energy that you're bringing is going to be, what comes from within. And there are
Yes.
some people who just come in and don't, you just feel like they just threw a whole wet blanket over you. You're just like, ooh. Or you just even knew when they come into the parking lot, all of a sudden you just feel like something feels different. There's a shift in the air. You're just like, oh. So
Yeah.
certain people, I know when they get into work because I can feel it.
You feel
I
it.
can feel it. I'm like, here it comes. And I'm like, oh, sometimes. And when I go and check the board, I said that person just clocked in. And I'm like, oh, it's
Ooh,
bad when you know,
you
when you can
know.
feel something. You just because they just change the whole energy of the place. And when they're not there, all of a sudden it feels light and
Lighter.
airy. You're just like,
Mhm.
who feels good today?
Yep.
Who's not here today?
Yep. And then the cheery person that comes into the office, they lighten
Yes, sir.
people. There are people's org field that just lights a whole room. Just they walk in the door, it just feels like,
Right.
hey girl, hey, and you might not have been in the best mood, but all of a sudden they lifted it up. So that goes both ways. So we have to be mindful of what is my belief, because we forget about that. We talk about politics and we talk about the society and we talk about capitalism. We talk about all the things that kind of drive the economy of, especially the United States, where most of us are. But what do you believe?
Right.
What is it what story have you now told so many times that you are in complete expectation of bad shit happening?
Mm.
That's finding
Mm.
yourself.
Yeah.
Because if I have to look inside of me and see that everything I think about everything is negative, I gotta work on me. There's nobody out here who can fix that. Nobody
Right.
else is gonna fix that for me.
Right.
I
Right.
have to fix that. And I have to go within myself and be like, okay, girl, why are you not wanting to get up every day? Or why are you feeling so hopeless? or helpless or lost to a point that you are blaming Donald Trump for something or Kamala Harris for something or whatever, or blaming everybody else in the world but yourself. So
Right.
if think about how you talk. That's one other thing I just wanted to throw out there for y'all to think about.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say that, just like you said, that negative self-talk, that imposter syndrome. Ooh,
Ooh.
ooh. Okay, I know
I'm
all
with
about
it.
that. And you can't not, because there's so many there are so many things that we believe about ourselves, or that we get excited about, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden somebody comes in and they just say, well, you can't do that, or that's not anything you could do, and then we begin to doubt ourselves.
Ow!
Okay. Because it came from somewhere. We at one point felt really positive and sure about that. We had an idea, or we had a thought about something. We were just like, oh, this is really good. Or we thought that this was nice. And then somebody came in and was like, not really.
Mhm.
And instead of us saying, oh no, really, I really looked into this. Then all of a sudden we start saying, well, yeah, I'm not sure. Where does that doubt come in at?
There you go.
And then we also have to begin to start thinking about, what is the source of where this comes from. This person who is telling us that, oh, girl, you still look big. You still got, and then are you looking at that person who's twice your size? And you're like, okay, so where is it that it's coming from then? You think it's okay for you to tell me that I'm this way, and I'm looking at you and you're not even living that existence yourself?
Yeah, I'd be like,
Where's
talk
it
about
coming
the
from? Is it coming right? Is it coming from a Google source, or is this some peer reviewed, something that has
something
substance
that
to it?
has
Or is it
substance.
something that you just found on Google somewhere, and it's just that somebody just saying it just to be saying it? Like you getting your financial stability from your Uncle Ray Ray, who still lives at your auntie's house.
This girl crazy.
I'm
Got
just
all the
saying.
money in the
Think
mattress.
about the source, right? Think about the source of where some of these things are coming from, and then what happens is you take on that belief, and then you start believing it about yourself, and realizing that you are the knowledge and everything that you've poured into yourself, the research that you've done, everything that you've done, that you believe. Now all of a sudden you're letting one person who has not done half of the work that you've done to come up with what you have that person tell you about your life and how you're supposed to do things, and then we believe it.
Yeah.
We take that on, and it's just like, why do we do that?
And that goes back to what you were talking about, your people. You have to know who the hell your people are. There are
Yeah.
people I don't share nothing with until it is done, tangible, it's happening. I'm
Right.
not telling them because why? What you said, they're gonna say something negative, and it's influenced me sometimes. It really has
Right.
influenced me, and
Right.
they hurt my feelings because it's people that you thought loved you, or you
Right.
thought you could trust, or you could
Right.
share something with. Then you start realizing every time you open your mouth, they got something negative to say about it. So your people, knowing who your people are, and it doesn't mean you can't love them.
Right.
You just you need to know what little. See, I compartmentalize real bad. I got that real good. I compartmentalize real good,
Right.
and I
Right.
know who to put where.
Right.
Some people go here, 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 and sometimes some of the people I can let them jump in a couple of boxes,
Right. Right.
and stuff like that. But you got to know who you can talk to because people
Mhm.
will tear a dream down straight out the sky.
Right. And you think that it's so, and they think that it's okay. It has to start, like you said, within yourself. It has to start with having that firm and strong belief in yourself, because at the end of the day, when you wake up in the morning and you look in that mirror, that person isn't standing behind you in the mirror with you. It's just you. It's you. And so that's why we have that little mirror that's up there for our logo. It's a
Yes.
matter of looking in that mirror and seeing what you see and believing in what you see. You have this perception of yourself. You have this perception of these things that you're doing. And it's not until somebody else comes in and tells you different that you begin to doubt that. Otherwise, you go full tilt boogie with it
Oh,
until somebody tells you it's wrong. And all of a sudden you're like, well, what made it wrong?
what made it
Think
wrong?
about children. Children do the same thing. They're doing things and playing and doing things until somebody tells them that it's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Then they're like, oh, wait a minute. I didn't know I was doing anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Then if they're rewarded for something that they do, then they continue to want to do that because they seek that reward and that
You go.
acceptance.
Mm-hmm.
So then when they start seeking that reward and that acceptance, then they say, oh, I'm going to keep on doing that because I like how that feels,
Yes.
you know?
Yep.
But we have people who are out there giving candy and giving treats to people, and they're doing it to coerce them into doing something negative.
Ooh.
So we have to be
Rewarding bad
careful.
behavior. Yeah.
We have to be careful about where we're accepting things from.
Yeah.
And what's the premise behind it, and what is the result behind that?
Yes.
That's
Yes. Yes.
something
Yes.
that is going to be critical in helping us to establish what's going to be in our best interest. People are going to
Yes.
come, and everybody is not for you, not even your own family. Sometimes
Ooh.
we all know we have people in our own family that will go against us or say things against us or cause us to believe negative things about ourselves
Quick.
that are not true.
Quick.
Quick, fast, and in a
I
hurry.
call them a heifer real fast, but whatever.
But just like you said, it's about your people.
Yeah.
It's definitely about your people. Who are those people, and are they for you? And just like Sheronda said, you can't share everything with everybody. They'll say they're praying for you. They may be praying for your demise. You
You
don't
go
know.
against you. Right. Right.
You never know that. But that's where it has to start from inside, and just say, and if this is something that is part of your core values and what it is that you believe in, then you keep going in that direction.
Keep going that direction.
And it's amazing how those doors and things will open for you, and those opportunities will open for you because you're being true to yourself.
There you go.
Yeah.
That will lead me into question number 3. And now this is my last one.
No, you
Stimulating some minds tonight. So, question number 3, finding yourself within yourself. And it kind of goes back to what Kim was talking about with attributes. What is the favorite part of yourself? What is your favorite part of yourself? How often do we think about that? How often do we check in and talk about how things are beautiful? One of the exercises I do with my clients is make them get naked, not in front of me. I ain't that kind of coach.
You
On their own
nasty.
time. Homework assignment for that week. Have to be clear with you sometime, man. You don't know. But get in front of a mirror and talk beautiful things. Speak beautifully about your body. What do you like about yourself? There's so many beautiful things for us to like and love about our beings. But again, somebody teaches us there's something wrong with a bigger stomach. There's something wrong with the flatter booty. There's something wrong with whatever.
All of the above.
All of the above. Whatever. But on a daily basis, we have to take the opportunity to be like, because I'm going to do it right now. Because, girl, I feel cute right now. So I love my face. I love my face. I love my smile. I love my hair.
Okay.
I love my skin complexion. I love my boobies, especially when they're hanging. Boy, I can't wait to take this bra off, baby. I love it. I love them. I love my legs. I love that they carry me everywhere I go. I love so many parts of me. And I love my little toot toot back there. It's a little toot. That's all the same. But it's mine. But it's mine.
That's right.
I love my personality. I love my sense of humor. I love the way I laugh. I love the way I can go in and go off on somebody. I didn't always know how to do that. I've gotten run over. That was a part of me that I had to really, find within myself and really pick up on having a voice. I had to learn how to have a voice and use it. What are the things that are your favorite parts of yourself? Go ahead, Kim.
Right. Mine is always this. I get more compliments about this smile, but yes, I love my smile. Okay, and it has changed and transformed over the years. I still love it. Okay, if head, shoulders, knees, and toes was the person, that'd be me, because I got this 5 head, I got these shoulders that are broad like my daddy's, I got these chicken legs, and I had these feet. Okay, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. If head, shoulders, knees, and toes was the person, that would be me, and I love that about me.
I'm not doing
Okay?
this.
Because when I it's the way that I walk, it's my gait, and when I walk, I know that I carry myself in a certain way. It's a pride. I remind myself of my daddy, because not only do I look like my daddy with hair. Okay, so every time I look at myself, I see my dad. I see legacy. And when I
Mhm.
walk, I like that I have a certain gait and people recognize it from a distance.
Yeah.
They're like, here come Kim. I notice that walk anywhere. I love my walk.
It's yours.
I
Mhm.
love my smile. Those are signature things about me that I love. And those are things that I pronounce. I love these legs that I have. Honey, these legs, what?
Yeah.
Okay. And when I get a chance to show them, they're like, oh, these legs is
How
mother.
about
These legs, now,
show
honey,
up,
these legs
baby?
be legging, okay? And I know that every opportunity I get to show them off a little bit,
All
I'm gonna
right.
show you a little bit of them legs. I'm gonna give you some and then take it back.
Bring it
Oh
back.
yes, okay. So,
Put it out
I'm
there.
going
Pull
to
it
do
back.
that. I'm going to do that. I love this hair. It took me 10 years to grow it, and I absolutely love my locks. So yes, there are just things about myself that I absolutely love, and that's it. It's starting that love affair with me. There was a time when I remember not even wanting to look in the mirror
Look
because I
in
didn't
the
like what I saw. I just did not see the value in myself.
yeah.
I used to look in the mirror and look beyond to look behind me to see what was going on instead of looking into my own eyes.
Yeah.
And I really had to start that love affair with myself. And that's where it starts. It
Yeah.
starts just with what Sheronda talking about. What are those things that you love about yourself?
Mm.
Because when you start loving on yourself and you start accentuating those things, then, when you come in, that's a part of your energy. And that's the energy that I carry. I know that I command a room when I walk into it. People are going to look at me like, who's that?
Period.
Yes, please ask who it is, and I'm going to tell you who she is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But that's it. That's what causes that energy. That's what creates that aura
Yeah.
around that people notice when you walk into a room. You command a room. I command a room when I walk in.
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
know who I am, but they will by the time I leave.
Okay.
On period.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I love it.
Yes.
And and me and Kim probably could go on and on about this because it's really the work that we do, helping people find themselves through different means, but it's all the same goal, which is
Yeah.
finding yourself. And so I hope that tonight we've been able to stimulate those thoughts and those feelings within yourself. You being able to ask yourself those questions again. Look, let me pull my little notes back out. Who do
There you
you
go.
say you are? What are your core beliefs about life? And what are your favorite parts of you?
Right.
Those three things, along with what Kim was talking about. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, come on, Kim, you summarize again.
Right. Just like I said, it's a matter of finding yourself, finding your people, and finding your purpose. What are all those things? These are all the things that make you who you are. What, again, are your attributes? Just like she said, what are those things that make you, not your role? Stepping away from your role and getting in the habit of telling people who you are. What are the things that make you the person that you are that can filter into every aspect of your life? That's key and critical.
Yes. You
Where
see
are you going?
Veronica? You see Veronica
Yes,
says?
I see what she said. She said, y'all do know that y'all praise, right? Yes, we do.
We do.
We're aware.
She love every minute of it too.
And we're going to keep on being that because that's part of who we are.
Crazy.
Okay, you're going to get all of that, all the ridiculousness. You're going to get all of it. Okay, y'all going to remember head, knees, shoulders, and toes. You're going to remember. All right, because I've been thinking about that with this 5 head that I got right here. That I used to put them scarves on all the time. And y'all know that was my signature. Then I just had to say, I got to let my head breathe, okay? Because it was causing too much of a color change in my forehead, having all them scars on my head. It was cute for a season. But we also got to know when it's time to change things up a little bit.
And you
Okay.
look cute right now, girl.
Every day, all day. She know that. Okay. My husband say every day. I was like, what am I? I'm like, baby. He be like, what? I'm like, I'm cute today. Where do you put your eyes in? Where do you put your contacts in? You can get a little bit, so you can get a little bit of this. Okay. That's what we do.
Hey,
I love you
I'm
so
mad. And you have to. And that's the most important part. Getting back to Veronica still laughing.
I'm watching her.
But getting back to loving you,
Yes.
finding you, reminding you who you are. Life is hard enough, okay? It's hard enough. But it's even harder. You have to live an existence that's not true to your core.
Right.
When you're operating against something that's not true. I have beliefs that are true to me now, but weren't always true to me because I was trying to believe something people were teaching me about myself, about life, about God, about everything, about love. I love learning the most authentic form of anything. Just give me a truth. I mean, it makes it a little more exacting for me. It really does. But I can honor it if it feels real within inside of me.
Right.
I
Right.
can't honor it if it feels like a lie and it
Right.
doesn't feel true, and therefore I'm not going to live it very well. I'm about to fuck that thing up real good.
Right.
I'm
Right.
going to hump it hard the wrong way. It's going to be real. It's going to be bad. Everything is going to be destroyed. But the moment that I started falling into the flow of my truth, even through grief, even
Yeah.
through grief, Kim, I had to learn, girl, let yourself cry. I had to
That's right. That's
stop
right.
fighting that there was something wrong with the crying, or there's something wrong with
That's
my
right.
new boyfriend who came into my life from 20 years ago that I loved back then and love him even more now. I had to find myself making myself okay with it
Right.
because people
Right.
told me it wasn't.
Right. Right.
And that's authenticity. That's the redefining authenticity.
Yes.
Redefine what is true to you.
That's it. I love it.
Go ahead,
No
Kim.
greater words have been spoken. Just like you said, it's about that. It's about finding your truth. Because we believe in those. I mean, we are able to express those things that we firmly believe in. We can stand on those things that we believe in. We are willing to defend the things that we believe in. It's when we're uncertain that we can't stand on those things. Yeah, them people who say, what do they say now? I don't even know what the saying is now. When you stand on 10 or whatever it is,
Yes.
you're
Ten
firm
toes down.
in your belief. You're
Mm-hmm.
firm in what it is. And that's where you want to get. You want to get to that point where no one can sway you to the left or to the right of what it is that you believe about yourself.
Self.
Think about those people who are out there. There are some people who are out there. You just like, where do they get all of this? That they look fly. You look at you like, not really. But in their mind, they're like, oh no, I'm the flyest thing out here. They
Period.
believe that and they own it. And it's okay. And in a way, we admire them for that. We're like, look at that. That child's out
You
there.
ever
And you
see
thinking,
no
oh my
ugly,
goodness, I would never
ugly
be able to
man?
do that. And
You
they
ever
do
seen a
it.
real ugly man, but he be smelling real good and he be walking right, and you be like, wait a minute, he
You
ugly.
wondering
What?
how did that person get with that person,
Get
or
with that
why is
person.
that person with that person? Because they have a belief
Right.
in who they are,
They
and that
believe.
person sees that in them. It's supposed to be that way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I see it. It's standing on business. Thank you, friend. Okay, because you got to help me because I am old. Okay, I don't know all the new sayings. I'm getting there. I just learned about receipts and whatnot. I'm like, not the receipts
Yeah,
from the
got a
job,
little dusty
other
too.
kind of receipts.
She got a little dust coming off her too.
Right. I'm just like,
Yep.
Mo, it's all right though. It's
Stand
all
on
right now. I'm
business.
getting there. I'm getting there. But just like you said, it's about that truth. Once you stand that truth and once you believe in that, people begin to believe in you because they see that you believe in you.
Come on.
Once you believe in you and people see that, then they start believing in you, not believing in what other people say.
Come on.
Okay?
Come on.
The end.
The end. I'm about to send out the tray for real.
Okay.
Either we're gonna take communion or we're gonna send out the clay. Something's gonna happen in here.
Well, it's Sunday. I'm just saying. Have 5 on it. Okay.
Yes, but I'm gonna let Kim close us out for tonight. But just so I can conclude, make sure anybody who's here, if you're watching now, if you come back later, make sure you click that subscribe button.
Yes.
We're trying to build these followers. The more you click like on our videos, the more YouTube puts it out there in front of other people. We really want to get these messages out here to the world because people are lost.
That's it.
People don't know who they are. People are struggling, and that's okay. But they need to know that there's people out here that's going to help.
Right.
They're going to help, and they're going to support them, and that's what we're here for. Make sure you, at the bottom, y'all see our little banner. That's both of our YouTubes. It's been there all night.
Right.
So no excuses. So make sure you're following both pages, and we will come back hopefully next Sunday. Life will be nice and
we'll figure out where in the world I am. I'm in Chicago today. I don't know where.
San Diego. We don't
Yes.
know where she'll be. She'll be somewhere.
I'm gonna be somewhere.
She'll be here. She'll show up.
I'll be live. That's right. Just like Sheronda said, like, follow, share, subscribe. Make sure you click that notification bell on our YouTube channel so that you always know when our show is coming on. Okay. Make sure you go to our website. and just keep a follow of what it is that we're doing. Again, remember, nobody can be you but you. Stop trying to be somebody else. Be you and be the best version of you that you can be. Be your only competition. Okay? I'm stiff competition on myself, honey, but I'm
Well,
doing it. Doing the damn thing.
I'm
Okay?
not a person who can compete with me. What the,
Okay. Okay. So that's what you want to do. Make sure that you're
yeah.
being you. And then also let us know what other topics you want to hear us talk about. Because
Mhm.
these are things, it's important for us to make sure that we're getting to a place where I said where we're learning to respond and not react because we don't know. Okay, this is a platform where we're learning and growing together, again, to be the best versions of ourselves and to create those toolboxes that we need to respond instead of react. And with that, I say thank you guys for joining us here on Redefining Authenticity. We love you. And hopefully, again, we'll get to see you real soon. And until we see you next time, peace.
Peace.